the patients. What is our best avenue to provide our mission as a county with an indigent care fund? How is that mission best accomplished to help those who are in a situation to where they're unable to help themselves in a health care situation? You know, when we closed the inpatient portion of the hospital at the end of 2012, it was a very tough day for all of us that were on the commission, all those who were on the council or any form of government back then, and you know, it was going to be a massive failure. But we were able to put together the clinic portion of the health care and contract out the tertiary care, the inpatient care, and that sort of thing. But you know, we wanted to develop this hub and spoke model. That's kind of what we tried to do over time. But problem was, our hub is an old, dilapidated, outdated, outmoded facility, number one. And then we started dealing with the hubs and getting contracts in place. And then you had an era of more and more, after the big Birmingham healthcare fiasco of, you know, the federally qualified health center and all their shenanigans, then you started having these other healthcare federally qualified health centers popping up. So, and that was a good thing, because that kind of what we thought would develop those spokes out in the areas to get patient care done there. What I've heard is that a lot of the Cooper Green patients don't want to go to those FQHCs. Now, for whatever reason, I mean, I don't know that. I haven't been out there and watched who came and who went, but I understand there's not a big proportion of our Cooper Green patients going to those facilities. We did, back in 2016, we had a company come in here to make an assessment on what we can do to better take care of the health care, especially on the indigent side in this county. They made a recommendation, and in 2017, I think we commissioned the county manager's office to say, hey, look, go out there and see what's out there, see what you can do, what's out there, what's the opportunities. You know, we've always kind of in the back of our mind said, well, man, wouldn't it be great to partner with UAB? Even while we had the inpatient portion of the hospital, UAB has always done our specialty care, the MRIs, the surgeries, most of the specialty care they've always done anyway. And in 2007, there was an article written, I think it was by Anna Velasco, and she goes, many of the specialty clinics are staffed by UAB faculty who practice part-time at the facility. Through this partnership, Cooper Green Mercy Health Services patients, most of whom are low income or economically challenged, are able to receive not just comprehensive health care services, but world-class health care. So, you know, what's changed? UAB is one of the premier institutions in the Southeast, and in fact in the country. So to have an opportunity to partner with them, I think it's an opportunity to give the very best that we can to those people who need it the most. Now, I understand the contract, and we've had this contract for months. So it's not a surprise that we just got this contract, and we've been reviewing it, and every commissioner's had it. So the contract, yes. Is it heavy-handed toward UAB? In one sense, yes. But UAB is not going to put their reputation on the line to fail. So if we partner through this, there are options that we can, we have to have a new facility. This gives us an avenue to do that. This is not going to diminish the care to those people out there that we take care of now. I understand that there will be some disagreement with me on that, but that's fine. Now, I keep hearing
the nurses said that.
I understand. I keep hearing about control. We're not going to have control. Folks, since I've been here 8.5 years, we've never really had control of Cooper Green, what happens over there. Not this commission. And then you're telling me now today that there's these reports that we don't get. We don't have that control. We don't have, we didn't have control when it was operated by our own people. And now there's been, Dr. Wilson came to us in February and said, hey, would you hold off until we can get a proposal, a counter proposal. So Dr. Wilson and his group of people, many of whom we haven't heard from in a long time, and they proposed a different healthcare authority with 7 members, and those 7 members would be nominated by whatever specialty group they come from. They would send the commission 3 names, and we would make an appointment from those names. So and then that proposal also says, well, there would be no elected officials, so no commissioners would be on that healthcare board. UAB gives us an opportunity to have elected officials or whomever the county puts up, and they accept to be on their board. So, where do we go? Do we delay this longer? We've dealt with this issue. It's been out there, and we need to move forward. And I would recommend that we move forward. And I'll make a motion that we move this onto the agenda for Thursday.
So, Mr. President,
We have a motion.
1 minute.
Just 1 second.
But before the
Well, you
motion
can get
gets
the discussion.
Yeah, well, I was
If you get a second, I may not get a second, and then we're done.
no.
Okay, now this
We
is
have a motion and a second. Now,
So-
if you want to say something.
Okay, so, Mr. President, I also heard about this study that you're talking about, Joe.
Manette.
Yes. But what I found to be interesting, because everybody told me that we weren't in the healthcare business, that we weren't professional, we weren't folks that could make those decisions. Am I correct, Joe?
What decision?
In other words, anything that's medically related, that we were not qualified to be able to do that, right? My understanding, that's why we're supposed to be trying to get out of the healthcare business.
Yeah.
Is because that's not what we do.
Our best, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's not what we do. Am I correct, Mr. President? Because that's what I was told, that the commission wanted to move in this spirit because we were not qualified to make medical decisions. We're not medical experts.
The commission decided to move in a different direction because of the quality of health care that was being administered
Okay.
and the opportunity to enhance and improve that health care through another meeting.
Okay.
That's the
So, I said all that to say this. The evaluation came with, first of all, the first 5 of them were commissioners. I thought that we're not qualified to be able to make medical decisions. So if you're going to do an interview, why would you do an interview that has 5 commissioners, including yourself and Joe,
Right.
and the rest of them were David and Sandra Faye Little Brown and George Bowman. And I'm just trying to figure out, I don't understand that. I really don't. If we're not qualified to make those kind of decisions and we're not good enough to manage, why would we be included in a study and then move on that? Let me also say too, Mr. President, respectfully, I thought that the county attorney would also be in a position where he could answer my questions that I took the time and respectfully laid out to us as a commission body. You know, you all can vote the way you vote, but can I at least, I mean, this is the committee. By the time we get to Thursday, you know, you just voting at that point. So the committee is where we would hopefully have these kind of discussions, and the county attorney has not given me the answers for what I so took the time to do, which is to write it down and to make sure that we are complying and we're within the law. Because, you know, again, we can say that it's about poor people and all that. This contract doesn't speak to poor people and their care. This contract doesn't. That's why I wanted to be sure of the contract. This contract does not say, I'm going to do UAB ABC services for critically ill patients. It doesn't say that in here. The majority of this is just what I said. So if the county attorney, sir, could respectfully at least answer the questions that I posed, I'd appreciate that, if you don't mind.
Let me just follow up with what you said on the Burnett study, because you named the commissioners, but the Burnett study also talked to the county manager. They talked to the pharmacy director, the medical director, the nursing director, the regional referral manager, the insurance director,
Absolutely.
UAB health people, and the director of degree.
So let me ask you something. Is this the pharmacy at Cooper Green? The name of this person, or are these employees of UAB?
No. This was that people.
These are people. See, I don't know who they are outside of the director.
I mean, you just said that they talked to the commissioner.
No,
but I'm just going to clarify for the record that.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is this, Joe. And I hope everyone at least will be considerate, even if you disagree. You have 3 new commissioners here. You may be tired of it. I can't speak for you, Jimmy. You're probably over it. But at least give us a chance. Give us a chance to find out, well, to do what we have been commissioned to do, which is to, first of all, to see about the poor people of Jefferson County. And the way you do that is just when I asked this question about this fact-finding mission. That was incumbent upon me as a new commissioner. You go over there and you find out why. And to find out that UAB, the proposer of this agreement, is being privy to even information we're not getting as a commission, that's troubling. It doesn't matter how you look at that, Joe. And I hope that your anxiety for this issue, that we make the wrong decision. Jefferson County now has to me, Mr. President, respectfully, we're in a position now to make it right. We weren't here for the bond issuance. But the only reason why I kept on at it about us having a town hall meeting is because I want us to make it right so that the public, out of transparency, can know that we're trying to be transparent. I'm telling you, the people at Cooper Green, both the patients and those who work there, don't believe we're being transparent, everybody. And even I don't feel like we've been totally transparent, because I would have appreciated, Mr. Jackson, when I came to your office, if you had told me this is going to be on the agenda.
No decision had been made.
There's a process. Speaking of transparency, hold on. There is a process. And even the county attorney has made my office especially quite aware. He said, give us 2 weeks before you consider putting something on the agenda because of the process. That's what I mean when I say transparency. That's transparency. You can't say on Thursday when I saw you that you didn't know you had been working on this to be on the agenda. That was on Thursday. It was published on Thursday.
We're going to wind down now. We've been here 4 hours.
But
And I understand.
that's fine. But Mr. President, please, for transparency, I'm begging this commission to please not make such a rush to judgment. I'm new. You have the majority of your commissioners are new. Please don't allow your anxiety about this issue for us to end up being responsible for a decision that we were not a part of. We want to be a part of this, Mr. President. And I'm asking you, I'm pleading with everyone at this table. Please consider my questions. We've gone from a hospital to a clinic. UAB has already shown us in the spirit of putting out this kind of information, they don't plan to do everything by the law and by the books, by the agreement, because if so, they wouldn't have put it out before we could tell our own employees.
But you would put a code in what you give us and tell us that it's a code in it, so if you pass it out to anybody, we'll know who passed it out. But then they have open air to print and do whatever they want to do with any legal document that you give them. That's exactly what they did.
I'm just asking for transparency, commissioners. That's all I'm pleading today. I'm pleading with you for the new commissioners. Please allow us the opportunity.
I'm going to instruct him to answer your questions, but we're going to cut this off right now. Theo, go through those very quickly, and then we're going to vote, because it's 1 o'clock now.
But can I be honest with you, Mr. President?
Sure.
Do you not know poor people are worth it? Poor people are worth us going without lunch.
Yes.
Because poor people, when we speak of poor people, that's what I mean about human compassion. I'm just as hungry as you are, but I'm willing to stay here as long as necessary for the poor people of Jefferson County to have a voice.
And you're entitled.
Yes. And that's why we're in the
You
shape
need to go
we're
ahead
in,
and answer these
because
right
we keep
now.
rushing doing things.
Well, we're in better shape now than we've been in
Because
many
you got
years.
money don't mean you're in
But
good shape.
Cripple Green is not. That's the reason
Are
we're
we
here
gonna
right
answer
now.
questions or
Now
call
answer
the
your
question?
Answer your question, we're going to vote.
All right, to the extent that some of these questions have already been answered, and I'll make that reference, let me make another clarification as far as 2 weeks preparation. That's for us to prepare community grants. That's not for agenda items. I just want to make that clear in terms of our conversation. But moving forward,
No, I thought you said in general, but okay.
Let me begin with this document, or a series of this document has been contemplated by this commission probably in the spring.